Okay, hi guys. I'm just trying to set up everything and I just need 1 minute. I am now live and just let me know if you can see my screen. I don't know what's wrong with YouTube today. It's really, really slow. Oh, 15. Now I can see. Hi, Devinder. Hi, Ashok. Hi, Sven, Ashish, Kamal, Rahul. Yes. Good, good, good. Hi, Shriji. So, guys, today I have invited PeakBot for initial 20 minutes. They wanted to share some new updates with you guys. So I'm just waiting for them. By the time they'll join, we can do our normal scans. Hi, Raman. So today was a market which is actually a real market where we can see on every rise there was a sell, on every tip there was a buy. So I posted in the morning that yes, if we can clear 4338 area, 4330, what do you call 40 area, then we can see some bounce. And 43.5 should be held minimal. So market held that nicely. So right here you can see it's building up exact 4277, which was my point yesterday. It tested that. Now it's making up a morning star. Again, we could actually go and test this area, and that will decide whether we can have a further continuation or not. As of now, we have uh, done a limited, I would say, bounce. We have not even cleared the half of this candle, so potentially we still like are underperforming. We should have closed higher today, but tomorrow we have a big important economic data point, which is PCE, and I think that number is going to be higher, and that is going to have an adverse impact on the market. So, hi Justin, hi Devinder, hi Glati Saab. Good evening, guys. And again, guys, it's a little hard to trade in this market. So I think if you can just wait and watch, maybe days, and unless and until you are sure, jump onto it. Otherwise, you'll get chopped. Okay, so I think you speak team is right here, both Dylan and Ben. Hi guys.
Hey, Novel. Hey, Dylan.
I'm good.
Hey, how are we doing?
Good, good.
So, guys, as I was telling my community here that you are here, you're back with some new updates to us. Wanted to show something. So, screen is yours. You can start sharing.
All right.
Awesome.
Fantastic. So, Novel, really appreciate you having us. So we won't be ditching the party or we won't be taking the mic for too long here. We just wanted to give your audience some quick updates on our platform, and maybe for some new listeners who aren't familiar with PeakBot, we can give a flyover. So really quickly, I'm Dylan. I'm one of the 3 co-founders. This is Ben, another one of the 3 co-founders. So you got almost the whole team here. We we are in the world of automated and algorithmic trading for the retail trader. So our platform executes stocks and options trades on your behalf. So we're not financial advisors. None of this is financial advice. But our bots trade for you while you're busy with your everyday life. Stock trader in your pocket, hands-free trading is what we like to call it. So we're actually integrated with TD Ameritrade, which, as a lot of people know, is converting to Schwab. We're also integrated with Tradeer, a very popular platform, partially owned by Fidelity, and a couple others to come. So as Novel and maybe some of you out there know, we've taken the approach of being easy, affordable, and transparent. We want to get in front of the everyday trader who is looking for a way to generate some passive income hands-free. So I'll hand it over to Ben to pick up anything I missed and give a brief intro on himself, and then we can share the screen and maybe give a few updates on our platform and what's coming next.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Dylan. Just a quick background. Like Dylan mentioned, I'm one of the co-founders of PeakBot. Dylan covered a lot of what's been going on in terms of what we do and what our goals are for PeakBot. There's a lot that's changing for anybody that has seen PeakBot before. There's a couple of things that we can talk about. One is our UI, our screens are getting a facelift. So I'll go ahead and share screen while I kind of talk through the other updates. But anybody that's seen the PeakBot platform before, this is what the new sign-in page will look like. These designs are still in progress. We look forward to pushing these out within the next month or so. We still have to go through some testing for these screens. But if you click here, we're going to be able to provide you a chart to see how the bots are performing for you. And we do offer a variety of bots, and a lot of our traders trade our wheel bot. And there is an update coming to that wheel bot, the wheel strategy. For anybody that doesn't know, the wheel strategy is a commonly used options trading strategy. What it does is you start off by selling a cash secured put, and you keep selling cash secured puts until that day that you get assigned on that cash secured put. Or you could trade multiple contracts and get assigned on multiple contracts. And at that time, at the time of assignment, you then go ahead and start selling covered calls. So it's a premium collection strategy. It's passive income type trading. And we do weekly contracts. So what we've previously done and what we will be doing for the next couple of weeks is continue that process. We sell puts at around the 25 delta. And then when we get assigned, we sell calls at around the 25 delta. So it's just back and forth, back and forth. Now, over the past couple of months, we've had a couple of traders request a bit more protection, specifically around earnings, because, as we all know, trading during earnings is risky, and we want to offer, anybody using PeakBot the greatest amount of protection that we can while still providing a solid gains and solid income if you're using it for income. So what's the change? The change is we're going to put a hedge on the wheel strategy, and this could be referred to as the vertical wheel. You could go on YouTube and search some videos around the vertical wheel and kind of get a good idea on what the logic is. But what we're doing is we're taking that sold put, and then we're going to buy a put a little further away from the money. And that's going to give you some downside protection. So your maximum loss is going to be that spread that has been set up. So the new delta that we're going to sell our put at is going to be the 30 delta. So close to the 25 delta. And then we're going to buy the 10 delta. And that's going to give you a hedge. And based on testing, that hedge is anywhere from like $1 to $4 or $5 wide, depending on stock price. And then on the call side, so assuming you do get assigned on the call side, we've also updated the strikes that we're going to sell. So we're going to sell the strike that's at the 50 delta, so pretty much at the money. So you're collecting a lot of premium there. And then we're going to buy the 20 delta. And the purpose there is we're protecting downside by collecting more premium up front, but we're also allowing traders to participate in the upside with that 20, that bought call at the 20 delta. So if the stock rallies upwards, and through testing, we found that, a stock has to rally roughly 8 to 12% for that bought call to really kick in. But we want to allow traders to participate on the upside. Otherwise, if the stock keeps increasing, we're going to just be stuck getting our shares called away at our strike price that we sold our covered call at. So that's one of the big updates coming. We do have some new bots coming into play. We're going to have a bear credit spread and a bull credit spread. So the bear is going to be basically a call credit spread. We're going to set that up at around the same deltas as the wheel strategy, but this strategy is only going to focus on calls, setting up that call spread, and then that bull spread will essentially be a put credit spread. And again, similar deltas to the wheel, possibly a little different. We still have to go through some testing there, but those are some changes coming to stocks. Dylan, did I miss anything major?
No, I think it's important maybe just to mention that we do have some other strategies as well. The Iron Condor, which is, a very popular strategy right now. We run that on 1 DTE contracts. So opens Tuesday, expires Wednesday, opens Thursday, expires Friday. We've been actually thinking about doing a weekly contract on that. That's not set in stone by any means, but with the success of the wheel and the weekly expirations, it's definitely something we've been considering. And we have some equity strategies as well, but we're not shy about the fact that our option selling strategies, where we're collecting premium, what we like to call rent, those are our most successful strategies. And I think it's also important to point out that for anybody who doesn't know this, we're the only platform in the space that shares a full list of our traders' results. So just go to usepeakbot.com. You can see every single one of our traders' results on the wheel and our momentum bot. Additionally, we update our watch lists. I had it up on the screen there for just a second. For the wheel specifically, and Naval, let me ask you, what strategy do you think your audience would have the most interest in? Not that we need to spend too much time on it, but just out of curiosity.
I would say like the credit spreads.
Yeah.
I think many people do that because that gives you a good risk aversion as well as you can still be in the game. And
Yep.
I think you're doing Iron Condor. You could also add butterflies to it.
Yep.
Butterflies is something like which many people love. With lowest premium, you can actually make some really good money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And with the Iron Condor, we actually have an adjusting entry to make a butterfly spread.
Okay.
So like Dylan said, I'll talk about the Iron Condor for just a minute and what we do. So we open up 1 DTE contracts on the Iron Condor on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And essentially what we do is we monitor the stock price. And if the stock price falls below the short put or raises above the short call, we take the opposite spread. So for example, if the stock price rises above the short call, we're going to close out our put credit spread and we're going to move that up to the call credit spread and create that butterfly there.
Okay.
So that's an adjusting entry that we'll make, and we do that to hedge against any further losses. Like if the stock price continues to rise, then at least we've gained some more premium, and we don't lose as much as we might have lost. But as we all know, we want that stock price to fall in between the 2 short option contracts, so that way they all expire worthless and we collect that entire premium.
Yep, well, that's amazing. That's really good because with the volatility in the market these days, this could be really, really handy. And now I really like the look. Previously, it was like okay website, but now you're just having something really good professionally. So
yeah. We, Naval, thank you for complimenting us on that. We've been working on it for a while, and the current layout, and if you go onto the site right now, we still have the old layout. But yeah, we felt like it was time for a facelift. We wanted to get something out into the market previously, so it was whatever we could work with, and it did the job. But yeah, it's time for a facelift, and I think it's going in the right direction.
That increases your market value because when people see it, if you think it's professional, they would like to try that. Yeah.
And you know what, Naval, we're learning. We've been in this business 3 years now. We beta tested for 2 years. We launched the platform last August. You know, everybody we come across, we didn't cover our pricing here, but we hear similar comments with our pricing. It's really really affordable, right? Our whole angle and why our user experience in the platform was maybe somewhat simple is because that was what we were looking for: easy, affordable, transparent. Right?
Mhm.
We're the only platform that shares results. We have, 3 steps to get your bot automated in trading for you. Select your strategy, select the stocks you'd like to trade, and set your budget. And that's it. Click activate and you're ready to rock and roll. So yeah, we're excited about that. Ben, I'm not sure if did you mention CSP, which is kind of a version of the wheel that's coming out? Not really.
That's going to be that's going to evolve into our bull credit spread, the put credit spread. There was a comment in the comments from Jay. Is there a free trial? There is a 30-day free trial. We actually just bumped that up from 14 days to 30 days. We want to give people more time to test it out and to, honestly leave us feedback. As we stated before, like we're trying to get these strategies out to people, and we want to cater to the retail trader. Like that's our thing, right? Dylan mentioned our lower prices. We're not in this for like a big money grab. We're in this for a trader grab, right? Like we want everybody to be comfortable using PeakBot. We want to be able to offer the types of strategies that traders like to commonly trade, and we want it to be the easiest to use platform. So honestly, any feedback is greatly appreciated on the trading experience, on the looks of the website and the web app. So please go give it a shot. It's a free trial. We're integrated, like Dylan said, with TDA and Tradier. We will be integrated with Schwab when Schwab allows developers to integrate. Unfortunately, when we reached out to Schwab, they said that the API integrations will be available in the winter. So I guess they leave that up to interpretation what that means. But we will be there. We will definitely be there. We're also working on some integration with other brokers. If you guys are trading on other brokers, I'll mention one of them as IBKR in case there's any bit of international audience here. So we are going to open up PeakBot internationally. No timetable on that just yet. We're still, jumping through all the technical hoops there, but I think it'll be a good option once that's available.
All right. So there are a couple of comments, I guess. Wiseman Bell is asking, results tab not working. I don't know whether it's not working for you or it's not working in general.
We actually had that issue. I had that issue earlier today. I think there's a lot of data, and the website was going pretty slowly on me. I'll see if I can get it pulled up now. Use peakbot.com/results. If you're having trouble with it loading, well, please let us know. We might have to wipe some data out from the back side of things. We have almost a year's worth of data on there. I can pull it up here. It looks like to be loading. But yeah, definitely a little slow on the page right now. So we'll make sure we get that. I'm getting the same issue right now. It seems to be failing. Ben, I'll show for proof. This is what I'm getting.
Justin commented said it's working for him.
Okay. I guess it depends on your internet connection. Strength of your computer. That's not normal. Apologies there, but in the background you can see what we have here is our momentum results. So that's our equities trading bot, which, as you can see on the leaderboard from last week, not too much to show for just due to the market getting beat up. But you can see what we share is all of our trades, the winners and the losers. We can show you what stocks they traded, how many trades they made, and their average return per trade on the week. And then on the wheel, which, of course, it looks like I'm having trouble loading as well. We share how much capital they secured for the contract, how much premium they got paid, and on what stocks they ran those contracts on. So apologies, of course, our luck that the results aren't loading, but try it tomorrow if it's not working tonight. Definitely get in there.
And hey, we're not shy about bad results, right? Like we're going to show all results, good and bad, because we all know trading is risky, and trading with algorithms is just as risky. You know, we're putting a predefined set of rules in front of you to follow, so that way you could be emotionless in the process.
Yep.
So, you know, we're not going to say that our bots win every time. We think they're pretty good bots, and you know, we've been using them, and our accounts are doing really well. But there will be times where the market's down, and there's only so much that you can do. So when we do offer that bear spread bot, then you know, we'll have our bases covered, whether the market's if it's a bear market, if it's a neutral market, or if it's a bull market. I saw another question. Praveen wanted us to talk about the pricing for 30 seconds. So,
sure.
And you mentioned monthly pricing. We actually we advertise monthly prices just because that's the most consumable way to offer to show pricing. But we charge quarterly and annually, and you do get 25% off automatically if you subscribe annually. So you could see the pricing there. The only difference between all of these three packages are the amount of capital you can deploy onto a bot. And you can trade as many stocks as you want on a single bot, but you can only trade one bot at a time.
Yep. Yeah.
And
So
just one more question to just to this amount of capital secured.
say that again.
Like Justin in the YouTube chat is asking, what do you mean by amount of capital secured?
Oh, sure. So when I say amount of capital secured, I meant for the options contract, right? So when you're running the wheel, we're selling a cash secured put or a covered call, right? When you're selling the put, you're using your cash as the collateral. So, or the shares, right? If it's the call side. So what I was getting at is that how much cash was used to open that contract. Hopefully that answers the question.
Yeah.
And then
so to put an example behind that, if you were trading a $20 contract, you would essentially need $2,000 in cash to cover that. And then if you got, let's just say a $20 premium off of that, or 20-cent premium, then your premium's return on cash secured would be about 1%.
Yep.
So that's why we look at the amount of cash needed to secure that contract.
So that'll be something that you see on our weekly watch list for the wheel. It's a lot of W's. Every Sunday around noon Eastern, our wheel watch list gets updated. So what we're showing you is the strike price, which is all right now based on the 25 delta. So your strike price, the amount of capital you need to secure that contract, the premium it's paying, the percentage return you have, as well as the stock price. So all that's laid out for you. You're not actually able to trade a stock on the wheel that isn't on the watch list, right? We're playing defense for you. Okay, so we're showing you about the top 100 to 150 most liquid options chains on the 25 delta. So we're aiming to make you anywhere from 0.5% to 1.5%, or sometimes even 2% in premiums every week. And of course, we like to explain this novel, as we've explained to your audience in the past, kind of like a rental property, right? You know, we are collecting assets every week. It's an extra paycheck in rent and that premium every week. Of course, we're going to have some unrealized losses when we get assigned shares and the stock continues to fall. You might sell those shares away at a lower price. However, you know, you're going to keep collecting that rent every week. So that's really, that's where we're having a lot of our success. And that's where about 70 to 80% of our traders trade is on the wheel right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so, sorry.
That's good.
Couple more comments. Sorry, Naval, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just reading the questions. Like,
Yeah,
you can take care of them.
There's a question. Do I need a margin account for this? So currently, as this is set up, you do not need a margin account for the wheel. It's really on a per bot basis. Now, when we start selling spreads for our vertical wheel, for example, you will need margin with TDA. With Tradier, I don't believe you need margin. I think you could have a cash account with Tradier. But for TDA, you'll need standard margin options level access to be able to trade the wheel. And that does require margin. But in terms of trading like the equities bots, you could trade them with a cash account. You can trade them with a margin account. Iron Condor, you'll need margin. I'd say it's probably better to have margin if you're using PeakBot. And we don't necessarily trade with margin. We just use it to get your cash to clear more quickly. For example, like our momentum bot, it's a swing trading equities bot. It gets you in and out of positions every 2 to 5 days. So once you exit a position, you kind of want to be able to get back in it. If there's another strong movement upwards, you want to catch that momentum and ride it up. So margin account is ideal, but cash is doable. And then next question, any plans to associate with Interactive Brokers, IBKR anytime soon? Yes, that is currently being worked on by our development team. We don't have like a release date or anything for that. We're going to have to go through multiple rounds of testing, make sure that's good. But we are definitely trying to reach the international audience sooner rather than later.
Absolutely.
All right.
And sorry, go ahead, Naval.
No, I'm just like I use Interactive Brokers, so I'll be interested.
Oh, we know. You believe me, you're gonna have a PeakBot license for life when we get on IBKR if we can continue this. Because no, honestly, you have a great audience. And every time we come on here, we get a handful of subscribers and a lot of happy customers. So we're happy to keep doing this. Naval, you tell me if it's worth doing. I can share my screen once more and just show your audience how simple it is to use. Because really that's what we think is the key driver here. Do you think that's of interest? If not, no worries at all.
I'll give you 5 minutes. Just then.
Okay. Really appreciate that. And if there's any questions or if you want to, interrupt, please do. We know we're gracious for the time here. So I'll be super quick. So as you can see here, we've kind of taken like the Robinhood approach to automated trading. Say what you want about Robinhood. They did make it easy and for the everyday person. And that's what we're shooting for here. So as you can see, a couple things. This is our budget and bots, just how many dollars you have activated on your portfolio. So as you can see in this account here, we're running 10 contracts on the wheel. So these are the stocks that I have either cash secured puts or covered calls on, expiring this week, tomorrow, Friday. So if I wanted to add a new stock, all I have to do is click start here, the big green plus sign. And in 3 steps, we said easy, right? 3 steps, you're in and out, stock trader in your pocket. Select your bot. I'll go with the wheel because we've been talking a lot about it. Step 2, and keep in mind you have access to all bots as a subscriber. You can use all of them. So step 2 is pick your stocks. We're almost done. So you can click view watch list here and it'll pop that watch list up for you. So let's just say, for example, I wanted to do AFRM. So if I want to do a firm holdings, all I got to do is take a look at my information. I say, you know what? I like this premium that it's paying me, $25 on the 1850 I'd have to set aside. Now, of course, this was from this past week with the contract starting on Monday. So, but as you can see, even right now, that stock price is above the current strike price. So anybody trading that this week's in a good position. But as far as adding it, all you got to do is type it in over here. And now it'll say the last step is enter the number of contracts you want to sell. So it's your budget. For this, we can just type 1. However, if I wanted to enter multiple contracts, I can type in 2. And you'll see that this number tells you about how much capital you need available to enter this number of contracts. We're going to build in a little bit of a buffer there for you. Nothing worse than thinking you're going to enter a contract and you're not because you don't have enough cash. So give you a little buffer, but that's it. We're going to hit activate here and there's going to be a confirmation screen. And you'll notice in the background that the wheel is going to jump from 10 stocks to 11 and our budget and bots is going to jump up here. And now you'll notice that AFRM is right here at the top of the list, active for 1 contract. Now, of course, that's not going to do anything until this following Monday or this upcoming Monday, right? And maybe it won't be where it is on the watch list now. Maybe it'll be paying something different. But point is, if I didn't want to touch that for a year and I believed in AFRM, and I just wanted to collect premium every week, that's all I have to do. So the most work that's put into this is coming in every Sunday, taking a look at the watch list, seeing what shares you were assigned on versus not assigned, and saying, well, you know what? Let me move my shares around or let me move my capital around. I want to put it on a different contract. So once a week for a couple minutes, you know, you can come in here and make some changes. But and the last thing, Novel, is I just want to share that you're in full control, right? You might have an automated bot here for you, but you're in the driver's seat at all times. You can log into your broker account and make any manual trade at any time. And PeakBot will pick up where you left off, as well as given the option here to edit your positions by pausing smart exit, which removes the bot after your next sell order. So kind of like a removal after your next exit. And then there's just a straight up and easy remove, which I've just done there. So it's that simple. You'll get notified by your broker when the trade's executed if you have your notifications turned on, just like you were there trading it yourself. You know, we're just trying to bridge the gap, right? This is how 75% of trades are made here in the States, and we're just making it available and easy for the everyday person.
That's really nice.
Perfect. But I know you're still excited for the new layout.
Yes.
So we'll get that up as soon as we can.
Well, we'll have to hop back on when that layout is live and when we've got those spread bots up, so we could talk more about those.
All right.
Awesome. Novel, thank you so much for having us. Of course, if there's any other questions for you or from the audience, please, we're here to answer them. And if not, you know, we'll certainly let you get back to it. Maybe we'll just Ben or I will throw our information in the comments.
Yeah, I'll hang out in the chat for the next few minutes. If people have more questions, I'll answer questions in the chat.
That would be, I think, much better, because there's always a lag from Zoom to YouTube. So
Sure.
if we switch, then there's one question, like, do you have a data to share with the group of monthly, yearly returns? Do you have any kind of, can you show them right now? And I'll get ready in between.
Yeah, Ben, were you having any luck loading the results on your website?
Yeah, I did. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it back up.
Yeah, maybe pull up the wheel results. That documents.
I think what Justin is asking is like, what's the monthly return, quarterly return, yearly return? So I don't know, Dylan, if you could log into like your account and then show a chart to show the premiums, because I think that's what and not the results page, but rather like what's been earned over the course of time. And I don't know if you're able to share your TD account, but I know that you've been having a really good year on your TD account.
Yeah. So I just took $3,000 out of my TDA account today to move it over to Tradier. So of course the TDA charts look like crap because today it says I'm down $2,700 when really I'm up 300. But I'm trading. I'm at about 38% year to date. That was 55% year to date about a month ago. Got beat up on some earnings reports and last week pretty good. But yeah, currently up right around 38%. So I have it on my chart here. Not that you'd be able to see it very well. I might be able to pull it up on my screen, but I don't want to put up any sensitive information. However, all of other results are available and it varies, right? It all varies on everybody's picking different stocks and contracts. So we have back tested data as well as the live data for your community to check out. Just go to usepeakbot.com. And also we got a lot of solid testimonials and reviews from our customers on Trustpilot. So definitely check that out. Yeah, just technical difficulties. Hopefully Ben can get maybe the results page pulled up here.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the like weekly results, but I don't think that's what he's asking for. I'm gonna pull up my account, but I've been doing a lot of testing in my account, so it's not
I would say like you can take a screenshot, and because all these people are in my Twitter account as well, so you can take a screenshot whenever you get that site up and running, and put it over there.
That's great, no problem at all. So we can definitely get that done.
I did release it was, I think, Q2. I did an entire analysis on my account for Q2. Maybe I'll send that to you, Novel, because I listed trade by trade, so that way you can see all of the trades that the wheel made. And then all the stocks that I got assigned and shares that got called away, my realized gains and losses. I think in Q2 I came out to, I think it was like 17% realized gain, and if I counted my unrealized holdings, it came out to around like a 13.5% gain on the quarter.
Well, that's
So
a good return.
yeah, I'll share that with you, Novel. I'll share all of the raw data and the trades so that way you could share that out. But yeah, I mean, for Dylan and I, our accounts go through a lot of testing. So there's, like Dylan said, he had to move $3,000 today to trade a year to test something. So kind of tough, but yeah, no, we've got that analysis. We'll just have to pull it together.
All right. So guys, I'll take the control now because it's getting late for me. I need to go to my work in the morning. So thank you for joining in tonight, and all the best for your application. And it looks really nice to me now. And if you have new updates, come back and show us. And if you have new updates, if you can give me some pointers so that I can put that on the tweet, so it's easier for people to come and join.
Sure thing.
Perfect. So, we'll get you everything you need, Novel. We really appreciate you always having us back. And thank you to you and your audience, and get some sleep.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Novel.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Take care.
All right. Hi, guys. Welcome back. So let's get started onto our analysis. Now, I only want to do index today. There's a reason behind that, because tomorrow we have some really, really important economic data, which is coming. And that economic data is going to impact the market. Okay, and I don't want to be in a state where we get confused. So tomorrow, if you look at my screen, I'll wait for you all to be on the same link where I am. And all right, I think you all are on the same investing.com page. Thank you, Sonu. So guys, let's bring our focus from PeakBot to actual data now. If you want to try, you can try. I think it was free for a month. You can try this. So for me, the most important part is core PCE data, which is coming at 8:30 year on year and month on month. This data is really, really important. Okay. Then once we are through with this, we have consumer sentiment data from Michigan, which is also very important data. Now, I want to spend a few minutes here on exactly what this data does or what it covers, and we can kind of do a estimate or guesstimate, I would say, that what will be the number coming tomorrow. Because if we understand the number coming tomorrow is high, it means inflation is going to be higher from CPI's point of view. And then the probability of interest rate hikes is getting more and more. Because I still believe, as I've been saying since last few months, we are going to go to 6.25 rates, maybe 6.5, and they are going to be there for at least 2025. We may not have a rate cut unless we have some really, really big downside catalyst into the market. Maybe a bank failure, maybe some commercial real estate going down, maybe something. So I don't know about that, but it is going to be a very key factor to cut the rates. And just remember, rates are always hiked when the economy is strong. Rates are always cut when the economy is bad. So rate cut will be a negative factor eventually. Okay. So this is the prices of goods and services purchased by consumer, excluding food and energy. Okay. This is excluding food and energy. So energy prices, which got higher because of higher crude, may not have an impact here. Goods and services. Now, it depends how many products, like they cover about 45,000 different vendors, and how much the product is increased by its price. If that got higher, then this PC should get higher. Now, estimate wise, expectation is it should remain constant, 0.2 to 0.2. So if it remains constant, there will be hardly any impact on the market. So market will use that information and set aside. On the other side, if this is month on month, this is year on year. Okay, this is again on the core. Core is always excluding food and energy, because food and energy prices are very volatile depending on seasons, depending on foreign countries like OPEC nations. That's why they have really less peace in the core. So core is, like as I mentioned, more volatile and seasonal food and energy prices. So anything outside of that, year on year, covers core PCI or PCE. Now, tomorrow the expectations is 3.9 compared to 4.2. And I have concern we may not see 3.9. We may see 4. Now, we are going to have a few scenarios here, which based on that, we can figure out what will be the probable moves. The expectation of core PC, because at that time I'm like commuting to the work and people ask me questions. So I'm just telling you, core PC expectation is 3.9 and last month was 4.2. Now, if my expectation is it should be between 4 to 4.2, because I have not seen, like in terms of services, anything come down that. And PC is the main component in CPI. It goes into CPI. If this gets higher, CPI gets higher. CPI gets higher, meaning we are going to have hikes and higher rates for longer. That's the theme which Fed is following. So if it comes between 4 and 4.2, market will not like this. So we may get a big rejection. And if we get rejected from 4.338, right now we're also around that number. If we get rejected from that, then we can have a serious downside. Now, if it comes 3.9 or 3.8, I will not be surprised to see 43.95 tomorrow. It will go in straight line up. Because if that happens, that will put a curb on the higher inflation. That the next print in the CPI, especially in the core CPI, will not be higher because the core PC is less. Core PC is the amount of expenditure which consumers are doing on goods and services. Core inflation is the difference between what they spend. Like, for example, if I have to go and buy one mobile phone, okay, last month it was $1,000. This month is $1,010. So I'm paying $10 extra for a price for the same product. Okay, so CPI will do a 0.1% higher than the last month. But if this PCE remains static, like 10%, 1,000 this month, next month is also 1,000, then inflation is not there. It's maintaining that static pace. That will be liked by the market. So tomorrow market depends on core PC year on year, not quarter on quarter, month on month, year on year. So be mindful, watch out on this number, core PCE index year on year. If this is higher, also if you want to look at the seasonality of this, that in September of last year or in September of previous years, how the PCE behaved, let's check that. Okay, we have this data right now. So let's go back to July, September. So in 2022, the core PCE came at 4.9, higher than the actual one. So in 2022, the momentum was higher. And then in October, it went much higher, 5.2, and then it peaked and it came down. Let's go to 2021 and see that what's happening. Okay, it came on 1st October. It was flat. 3.6 was expectation and 3.6 it came. 2019, 2020, I'm just ignoring it because 2020 was like area of COVID. 1.4, 1.4. In 19, it's usually same. Why I did check that? Because the schools opened this month in September. Okay, so prices of school products were higher. So that's why I'm saying if the core PC year on year comes out to be around 4 or 4.2, I will not be surprised. So school products were expensive. There were a few things because I buy these things for my own like kids. So they were expensive and the tickets were expensive, like movie tickets were expensive. Even hotels were expensive. So all this compound into PC. So I'm going to wait for tomorrow. And that's why I'm not doing any ticker. But if you want, we can discuss all those ticker one by one. But I'm going to rush through them. All right. So any questions on this core PC part? If you guys want to join the Zoom link, I'm going to share right away so that we can make use of this time and then discuss. So please come over to the Zoom and we can discuss this because this is going to make things very clear tomorrow. I have shared the Zoom link on the YouTube chat. Please join me and then we can talk. In between, let me open ES. ES is right there. I have 1 person, 2 person. Raghu, gas prices will not be impacting PC, core PC. Core is the area where we are going to consider only goods and services, products. Yes, Justin.
Naval, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you just really quickly, I'm going to watch your screen, show me how you got to this on investing.com, how you got to the economic calendar for the CPI. Because I missed that in the beginning. I was chatting with the guys on the side from
It's right there. It's when you go, it's right there in the economic calendar. If you start here on the top.
Yep.
If you go to tools,
Yep,
It's right there. By default, it comes here, economic calendar.
got it. Got it. Tools.
Then
Yeah, I missed that part. Thank you.
And you can download that application of investing.com. I have been using it for almost 10 years now.
I
So
can tell.
maybe-
I can tell. This honestly, this aspect of trading, which is obviously extremely important, and it gives you an leverage. It gives you an upper hand. Understanding how this impacts markets is so important, and it's something that I try to do daily now. Is read up on this stuff. Listening to you speak about it is highly educational, but I admit some of it is just so foreign to me. And to be honest with you, myself and what I do for a business, I trade commodities, but in the food sector. So, like you said, that is extremely volatile, and it's not one to really gauge the broader markets on.
Mhm.
But yes, all good stuff. I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problems. Guys, any questions on the PC thing? Otherwise, I'll jump onto the indexes. Anyone, if you have on the chat, or anybody who joined on the Zoom call. No? All right. Then let's look at the levels first. So 2 days back when we had the discussion, I had a level of 4277, and again we got rejected from 4395. That was my Fibonacci level. We got tested 4277. That was again my Fibonacci level, and that's why when I tell you to draw Fibonacci with regression channel, this is the value you get. We filled the gap 4325, and then we tested exactly the same point, made a doji, and I said we will have a potential morning star yesterday, and now we had a good push. Now, why I said 4305 was important? 4305 was important because that was the area of this doji base. This area, 4320, 25. If we lose this 4320, 25, we will go down. If we lose this area, 4305, that was the previous low. If we lose this, then that will trigger a big downside. Now, this can only happen, and again, this is still a potential morning star. Morning star will become complete if we can clear this tomorrow. If we have a green candle right here, which can take over this piece, which is 4380 area, 82, which was another Fibonacci level. Like, I'm using another mouse today, so it's like my writing is really bad. Otherwise, I have very nice handwriting. So 4382, if we can do this, it will make a morning star, and then we can do test. So I still feel that we can do a back test and then conclude on the downside, because we have made a very important area of head and shoulders. This head and shoulders, which we started right here, 4380. Now we have broken the neckline right there on the trend line. And now we should see at least 4190. This is the length, and you can calculate that length, right? 4547 minus 4382. This is the point number we need to go down. So if I just calculate this on my phone quickly, and in between, China is running crazy, and the Baidu calls, which I exited this morning, they are going to be like 5 or 6 fold. And I am really pissed off on that. So 165 points. So 4382 minus 165 is 4220. 4220 is minimum we should expect on this breakdown. If we lose 4220, then the thing will start that, yes, we have failed, and now that will be this area right here. The green line, like, it may not happen today or tomorrow, but in next 1 week, if we hit this green line, that will sum up whether we are going to lose this trend line, which we have held throughout this bull run or we are going to bounce. So if you look on the larger scale, this is the March tick. If this is the March trend line, okay. If we lose this trend line right here, $300 billion were infused. Here we need something, otherwise we are going down right there. I do not have any support whatsoever. So be very careful if market is, and in market like this, if there is selling happening, it will be relentless. It will not allow you to bounce and buy the dip. So only trade if you understand what is happening. Ignore what is happening in the future right now because it does not matter. The only thing which matters is 8:30 tomorrow morning, where we are. If we are breaking down, let it break down. All right. So in terms of level, I really don't want to do the levels, but tell me if you want to do the levels for all the tickers or just these ones, because I have not done the scan as well. So if I have to buy, my stop loss should be very confined, 4330 for both longs and shorts. I want to buy above 4340. That's my first take. If we can clear 4340, I should hit this area, which is 4370 and 4395. Today we hit like 4355. If we can clear this, we can hit 4395, which will be a back test. If we lose 4320, we need to sell. If we lose this 4290, this time 4277 will not help. This time we need to just look in the history. Where is the next important level? That level comes around right there, which is 4265. So again, oversold bounce can happen, which it did. So everything is good here in terms of level. I'll delete all these comments or I'll hide it because I'm not writing the comments tonight. Then positive, negative is this here. On bookmap first, let's also check on ES. Come on, bookmap. Let's see if our levels are fine or not. So 43, 45. Like, I don't know, with this mouse, it's very difficult to reduce the time frames. See, 4375, 4300. This is the range which can actually. Now this time we also have 4405. So there is a good potential of range from 4300 to 4400. And right now we are in the middle of it. So it's going to be very, very crazy. If we break any of them, that will be amazing. All right. So 4370 comes in line with us. 4395 is around 4400, which is also there. 4290 is like 4300. In between 4330 to 4440, we are going to chop. And this is the volume ball. So here we had a lot of buying which happened around this piece. 59 were bought on the ask. And you can see all that information right here. That if they were asked on the buy, they were sold on the ask right there. And then If you want to check, you can check this. This volume gives you a very clear picture of what's happening. Let's go to NQ. NQ has broken down, filled the gap, and it made again a morning star potential. But if it closed right there, I would have taken a morning star. So till the moment it is above 14,850, I'll increase the size right there. Till the moment it is above 14,850. So 14,835 is my stop loss. And we should be only buying above 14,830, 850. First test 15,000. So that's a 150 point move, which is available. Then is 15,140. On the short side, sell below stop loss is 15,850. And I'll go 15,800, 14,800. Target area. This time, if you see, we have filled the gap. So this gap, which was right there, that has been filled. So 14,675. The range will be higher. 675. And then 14,500. Yep. So this is the range on NQ. ES and NQ, both. Then move to triple Q. Triple Q is morning star. This is a clear morning star. We had a dodgy, we had a green, we covered the green candle. It's a good morning star. So 357.50 is really, really good. By about, I would say, today's close, 358. Stop loss is 357.50. Again, back test of 362.25. And go for the gap fill, 364.45. If we do a retest of 12 EMA and if we do a backfill of this gap, this will be a complete retest and then the downside momentum can continue. The market has not changed and the momentum has not changed, but in the negative market, the rallies will be sharp, rallies will be severe. So make sure you do not get burned into this. 353, 350.5. I'll give this 60-40 because it was showing a morning star. So if NQ is there, this should be right there. Apple, since 191, right there, I wanted Apple to come to this area. Again, rejection from 68.1. We tried 38, tried base, couldn't clear. Went down, bounced from 23, tried again, 38.50, failed. Came down 38, failed. Came down 23, failed. Came down, tested 0, bounced. So again, this is not magic. This is all you can do by yourself by just setting up regression channel with Fibonacci. All these levels are there with regression channel in place. So this is still for me sell on rise Now we are back from a regression channel. Now this is the last area where Apple could sustain. I do not want to rush for it, but I want to sell on rise. If it gets above 174, I will change my mind. But as of now, I would like to see it go higher. So if you want to try a bounce, you can try a bounce, but it's best to sell this. Stop loss will be updated to 73.50. Right now we are around 170. We have done this target. So tomorrow, again, if we break down, we still have the gap to fill, like around 167. We have like about 77 gap. But if we can come to 172.50, like again, that's $2. Sell on rise. Again, if you want to buy this at around 170 and want to try for 172.50, that's another way of trading. But the momentum in the market for Apple is weak. So if market is going up, it may try to bounce. But if market is weak, this will be the first one to go down. AMD, again, I mentioned AMD. I do not want to boast about it, but I talked about AMD touching 101 and today it bounced. Again, the magic here is the consolidation which was happening. It was inside day, it was not making newer lows, and today, where it hit the 100 and the 34 EMA exactly to the point. Now, challenge is it has failed to cross 34 EMA multiple times. Will this be a magic time? I don't know. But if we can hold above this area of 102 something, it can actually give us a very good opportunity. So stop loss, AMD, I'm positive. Again, it's the magic of all the Fibonacci. There's nothing we can ignore on Fibonacci. So 12 EMA should be our, come on, stop loss, which is 150. Buy near 103. Stop loss is big. 1.4, if we can clear 1.4, and you see we have struggled to cross 111. So 1.4 is really, really amazing. I would say try stop loss 102. 25. Why I'm choosing this? Because this was a evening start and we are trying to cover that. So the middle of this is 101.70. That could be a good stop loss. So let's do that. Buy near this. If we can cross 104, which it tested today, so 104.25, then we are up for 107.50. I am really positive on AMD. Amazon, I was short on Amazon for break of 134. It's setting up a morning star, but not ready yet. We need to clear this. So above this 126, where it closed. So levels for Amazon is right there. Baba and Baidu, I said yesterday on my Telegram call that these are the two best options right now. If you want to add them, you should add them. And tomorrow they'll be opening gapping up. If they cross 87, the game is on. I'm just hoping that they do not give up. Like they always run on Thursday. So if they hold here and move higher, I'll be very much happy on Baba. Caterpillar, again, 269 was held beautifully. The magic, again, the magic of Fibonacci. And all of you can really see right there, tested, 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 tested. So the 269 is really solid. And I've told everybody to buy near 270 to 71 with 269. It held. Now we are bouncing. We filled the gap right there. Now, if we are above 12 and 34, the momentum is positive, and then we should only run. Now, 275 is my first stop loss on Caterpillar. I would say buy near 275, 276. This time target should be 281 and 287. I'm very positive for Caterpillar. So if market needs push, this should be really good. Caterpillar. Then CRM. CRM again making a morning star. It needs to cross 204. If it does, then it can test 209. So I wanted to cross. See, Morningstar completes when you cover this body. Right now we came down, we made a doji, and then we made a body which is covering this. You can call this bullish engulfing, but I want this body to fill this piece right there. So I want to try above 204 and 75. So tomorrow, if we can clear this 204.75, we are game on. So buy above.
Nani?
207 and 209. Crowd has started moving. Crowd, MDV, and PanW. I mentioned that yes, they are having a good put selling, and this worked out really well. I've been mentioning regarding crowd for 3-4 days. It's getting ready. It's all good setup. 162 is really solid area to accumulate. Now we have closed above this area. We should expect really good highs on crowd. Stop loss is 163.35. Buy near 165. And you will see the stocks which are strong, they will remain strong in whatever market conditions you put them in. So 168 and then 172.50. FedEx, it's a continuation. Again, a massive inside days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we can break above 266 tomorrow, we are going to break out on FedEx. So expect 275 and then 286 on FedEx if we break out tomorrow. Condition, we should break about 268. Like Caterpillar, FedEx, Crowd, these stocks are always there and we ignore them, but they really move well. Google is right there, 133 today. Google held its area and then reclaimed. Now, the only thing which is left in Google is to clear this 38.2 Fibonacci. Now, it closed right above 12 EM. It back tested the Fibonacci 38. One more push, we fill the gap, and then we are open towards 137. So I'm really interested in Google long with 132 stop loss. And both my Meta and Nvidia did really well even in this negative market. They really ran. 131.50 is my stop loss. Buy near 132.50, 133, I would say. Now, if any of these levels do not come, look for the shorts. Apple, Netflix, Tesla. Do not short stocks which are strong. You will not make money. 134.25, 137.63. In between, guys, if you have any questions, do let me know. Meta. Meta finally broke out and closed around 3 and 4. I wanted to clear. Now stop loss is 350. Till the moment it's holding 350, hold it. Buy above 305. That is the area. If we can do that, 37 and 315. 735, 315. It is still my best trade. If you get a dip, if you get a anything in between 301 to, don't miss Meta. Microsoft. Microsoft is getting ready. Its Morningstar setup is right there. We just need to clear 315. $310 proved to be very solid support. Now this area, 312, should be a really good base. Target I'm expecting is 317 and 320.25. Now Netflix has been a pain and it has been really disastrous, but it made a doji right there. Now doji is really difficult to ignore. So again, if we can cross, and I've been burned really badly with Netflix, it's still making lows. So if it opens above 381, only then try long. Otherwise, sell this. I am not making notes. So let me. I have to cover so many notes. Sell below 275 for 375 or 360. Let me also mention some of them sells. Apple was buy near 170 for 173.50. That's one trade. Sell below 101.7. I don't think that that's going to happen. Yeah. Nvidia from 422 almost 435 today. It did the back test almost right there. Now, if it breaks above 432, then we can actually see 442, 456 on Nvidia. So Nvidia is two areas now. 432 stop loss I will keep as 428. That was the price which was holding it. 435.50, 435.50, and then 442. On the downside, if we lose this time 432, stop loss is 428, area to short, and then we should see 420. Maybe this week, maybe next week, maybe somewhere. NVIDIA news is coming. I'm just waiting for that. Rivian. It's holding 2350 area, so I'm just gonna keep a stop loss of 2250. I think Tesla numbers are coming on Monday. Depending on what those numbers are, Rivian will have a definite impact. Look for 24 and 25. Square. Yep, it's a hammer, so I need some push. Yep. Tesla is like hovering between 230s and 240s. The momentum is negative, so if we can break about 247.25, yes. Stop loss is now moved to 246, and area is 252. If you see 252 crossing, you will see some serious push on Tesla. But if it fails below 243, stop loss is 246 now, we should see really bad. Now, if Tesla misses out on numbers, you may even see Tesla at like 200. Last is UNH. Yes, Sonu, go ahead.
Yes, Naval bhai, after you finish.
Okay. So UNH, I asked everybody to buy near 500. It came and it bounces. It's getting ready for 550. So now stop loss should like buy above 510. If tech is going to get weak, UNH will run. The levels are good. So any dip on UNH, Humaina, be an aggressive buyer. All right, guys, I'm done.
Naval bhai,
Yes.
yes, what did you say on NVIDIA? You were saying on the downside, you said you are waiting for something, or?
Yeah. Again, so you need to understand the level do not change every single day.
I understand.
We have been talking about these
I
levels for
didn't
almost
catch-
3 months now.
Naval bhai, I didn't catch what you said. You were going quickly.
I only said on NVIDIA that if 428 breaks, it can test 420 and 410 5-ish area. This is the only piece. We need to see a news on NVIDIA to bring it down. Otherwise, it's not going to come down. We may that news may be a ER news, that may be a news like today they had a rate. I thought it would have triggered something, but it did not. It digested that news very easily. So it's really solid at this time.
Okay, understood bhai.
All right, guys. Any questions? Otherwise, I'm done. I'm going to just copy paste this onto the screen, and that's it.
Naval, you want to just very briefly tell us what's happening on October 7th? I'm interested.
What's happening on October 7th?
Yeah, you put out a
I was doing it. I'm supposed to do, like many people reach out to me and say that, yes, I should do an educational session, telling them how to create charts, how to manage options, strategies, and everything. So I thought, let me do that.
Nice.
Otherwise,
So
like,
it'll be all be on Thinkorswim, right? Regression channels, Fibonacci, things like that.
all the tools have same logic. The Fibonacci numbers are arithmetic equations. They will not change. EMAs are same. They will not change. The price action is always same anywhere. The only thing which may have a change is the regression channel. In TradingView, I think it's called as trend channel. You just need to add a couple of more coefficients to that channel, and that's about it. Like even default here, regression channel is only 2 rows. I have added more rows into my regression channel. Like
Right.
right here.
I've duplicated. I've watched your video. I've copied it on Thinkorswim. I'm failing at trying to do it on TradingView.
You do not have any options to add coefficients there. I doubt they will always have options.
Yeah, I think it must be a different channel because their regression channel only has 2 coefficient, and I don't think you can add. So there must be an added channel that allows you to add more coefficient.
Search in TradingView community.
I will.
You will definitely, because I think many people use TradingView to manage these channels. But in case you do not get into TradingView, you can replicate them on Thinkorswim. Create a free account here, a paper account, and use it like the data.
Got it. Thank you.
Ferrari, why did I take Nike to the close? Because I saw Nike flow, and I validated that flow, and I posted that. I also posted about Lulu flow. So that's what I do. I do not just copy paste. I validate something and then I share. So when people share anything which is non-validated, it creates confusion. And because I do not have time to check everything, so I trust people to post it. And when I trust, I get busted. That's the whole thing. All right. Tip regression channel. Vivek, Justin Vivek can help you. He's into the community. He can guide you. He creates that TradingView regression channel. And guys, if anyone is interested, do join my session. I'll be recording it and it will be available to you guys. All right. Thank you very much. Have a good night and have a great weekend. Tomorrow, let's make some green.